Hello, Sunrise families. This presentation is to help you understand what hybrid learning will look like at Sunrise Elementary and to help you make an informed decision on whether or not you'd like to send your child back for hybrid learning or to stay home in remote learning. In this presentation, we will discuss an updated schedule, health attestations and in-school requirements, morning drop-off and afternoon pickup procedures, lunches and snacks, moving around the building, reporting possible COVID symptoms, and who is allowed on campus.
Our current remote schedule will mirror our hybrid schedule effective April 12th. On this slide, you will see our start and end times will remain consistent, with 8:45 to 12:15 being live time, regardless if in person or remote. After time for a lunch break, students will resume asynchronous or self-paced assignments on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday afternoons for the remaining 2.5 hours.
Let's talk about our health forms called health attestations and the in-school requirements for all staff and students. Everyone is required to fill out a health attestation form before entering a KSD building. These forms will be available for families via Skyward. If a student comes to school without a form filled out, they will go to an area in the building to temperature check them and complete the form before going to their classroom. All students and staff will be expected to maintain clean hands by either washing their hands or using hand sanitizer. All classrooms have a sink in their room as well as enough hand sanitizer for everyone. Each time a student enters a room, they will be required to use sanitizer. Desks are 6 feet apart. Masks are required for entry into Sunrise. If a student cannot wear a mask, it must be verified by a physician prior to returning to school. Classrooms will stay within themselves to reduce cross-contamination. All classrooms have a new HVAC system. The system has been updated to bring in 100% of outside air for ventilation. All staff will have necessary cleaning supplies.
For those returning to in-building hybrid, we will be reviewing our morning drop-off and afternoon pickup procedures, as those have been modified to maintain health and safety guidelines. Procedures are listed for our 3 groups of students: those who take the bus, those who walk, and those who are dropped off via car in the mornings. For our busers, social distancing will be maintained with assigned seats. Buses will have typical pickup times and stops, and our drop-off point will stay consistent in the front of our school building. Once dropped off, students will go straight to their line-up spot in the front of their classroom door and maintain social distancing while waiting for the bell, as there will be no morning recess on the playground. For our walkers will proceed directly to their classroom door for lineup once they enter the campus and stand on the 6-foot marks. Families who are walking will have a drop-off spot that will be clearly marked and will not be granted access beyond that point. And for our car riders, Sunrise will maintain the car drop-off in the back of the building utilizing the driving loop. As there is no morning recess, students will go directly to their classroom door and stand on the 6-foot distanced markers. During dismissal at 12:15 p.m., students taking the bus will walk directly to their bus line, maintaining social distance, and sit in their assigned seats once on the bus. Our walking students will proceed directly to the crosswalk. Families can meet their children at the designated pickup point. Those being picked up via car will follow our pass procedures. Cars will utilize 4 lanes in the back parking lot to load students. Those students who are waiting for pickup will maintain 6 feet of distance. Sunrise students will be dismissed at 12:15 p.m., allowing for lunch to be eaten off campus. Breakfast and lunch boxes are still available on the same Wednesday pickup between 2 and 4 p.m. right here on the Sunrise campus. Snacks are available to be eaten during recess time. An area will be marked for eating while maintaining 6 feet of distance. Please pack a snack for your child, or we can provide one for them.
Now let's talk about moving around the building. All students will know which door they will line up at when entering the building. And when they do enter the building, it will be much like driving a car. Everyone will be on the right side, moving with arrows that will be pointing them in the right direction. In the middle, we will have a black Velcro strip so that students know they need to stay on the right. The second floor will also be open. At Sunrise, we have 3 staircases going up and down. The middle of each staircase, there will be a line directing students to remain on the right. Each pod will have a table and trash cans to create a roundabout. This is helping that students will stay to the right and they won't have an opportunity to cross each other and break the 6-foot social distancing rule. This is an example of a classroom in the kindergarten. All classrooms have desks that are 6 feet apart. We can fit about 13 desks in each classroom. Students will need to come in, sit down, and leave their masks on, leaving only for restroom breaks, recess, and dismissal. The girls' bathroom has a capacity of 2. We will be marking off every other stall for not use, just to keep for social distancing. The boys' bathroom is the same with a capacity of 2. We will be marking off the middle urinal for non-use. Let's talk about reporting COVID symptoms. The most important thing for everyone to do is to access the KSD procedures, and the link can be found here. If a student is not feeling well at school, having symptoms such as a cough, shortness of breath, a high fever, chills, a loss of taste, or muscle or body aches, they will be sent directly to our isolation health room. The health staff there will assess the student and will notify the parent for pickup. This is the room that is our conference room in Sunrise, which has an outside door. On the outside of the door, you can see this icon there, and that's where parents will be able to come and pick up their students as needed.
For the health and safety of all staff and students in the building, access will be limited. Kent School District staff and students, before and after care personnel, and emergency personnel in the event of an emergency will have access to the building. At this time, parents and family members of staff and students, delivery personnel such as UPS, USPS, and FedEx, along with volunteers, will not have access to the school building. Again, this is for the health and safety of all staff and students who are in the building.
Finally, let's discuss some of the concerns that we have been hearing over the past couple of days. The question is, hybrid or not hybrid? Right now, we have a lot of information and misinformation being exchanged on social media and through other forms of communication. Unfortunately, I do not have all the answers you are seeking to help you make an informed decision. I can tell you what I know. What I know is choosing hybrid or remote is a personal decision. I also know it's possible that your children may be reassigned to a different teacher within our school, regardless of your choice of hybrid or remote. The good news is no Sunrise student will be moved from Sunrise to another school due to space or teaching force. What I do not know is if we have the opportunity or the option to hire substitutes for a long-term position in order to open hybrid classes. There's a limited number of substitutes in the South King County area, and we do share substitutes with our neighboring districts. I also do not know which option each KSD teacher will decide on until it is finalized through the bargaining process. Teachers did give their initial decision, but it is not final, and things are changing often that may change a teacher's decision. So right now, I do not know what each teacher will decide. If you have any more questions, please click the link on your Skyward email to submit them to Mrs. DeJong and I. We will compile them and have answers for you by Friday, March 26th. On behalf of our assistant principal, Mrs. DeJong, I want to thank you for taking the time to go through this process with us. We miss our Sunrise community very much, and we are looking forward to seeing you at Sunrise.